hitting from a distance. Every sentence I'm spitting, I'm giving sense like Jesus speaking repentance. I'm menace to win this pennant. The title's mine. Dirty Rice writes with whole hearts. These other rappers write ties. That's 10%. That's 90 left to give. So do the math and watch my path as I show you how to live. Well, all I'm about to spit and already did. It seems these people making plans to try to stop the kid. But dog, it's obvious, cause I must win. You can't stop it, do the math, it's not happening. For all I'm about to spit and already did. It seems these people making plans to try to stop the kid. But dog, it's obvious, cause I must win. You can't stop it, do the math, it's not happening.
Welcome back to the show. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. This is a fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. Thank you for joining aboard. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Hour number 2 of the show, birthdays and entertainment. Escape. Remember the group Escape? I just talked about Candy Burst a couple of days ago, man. Some news on Escape. We'll talk about that in hour number 2. And once again, the third hour is the Power Hour, where we read a lot of your messages in the chat room on Spreaker.com. The poll where you can vote is on Stewart Media and Entertainment. So go on there and cast your vote for this week's Ball Penis Award winner/loser. Your nominations are Jason Whitlock for massive amounts of coonish behavior being exhibited, even for him. The Orange Dude for breathing. Kristen Leahy for instigating. Fell Pay to Stewie, didn't know the name of Eric B. and Rakim's first album. And Grego the Stewie, the Stewie, just being Grego the Stewie. So go cast your votes at the Doug Stewart Show Facebook chat group. WSME's chat group. Cleveland Cavaliers forward LeBron James has been named to the All-NBA First Team for a record-tying 11th time. Yeah. Yep. Him and Houston's James Harden are the lone players to be a unanimous first-team selection this season. That's some damn hating on Russell Westbrook. Joining Harden and James on the first team, or Oklahoma City's Russell Westbrook, he did make it, but he wasn't unanimous. San Antonio's Kawhi Leonard and New Orleans' Anthony Davis. That's your all-NBA first team. So once again, LeBron, Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis. We always get into these little barbershop conversations about who would beat who, like what era of players would beat what era of, another era of players. And you look at this squad right here. Now, you talk about the Michael Jordan era. You go back to the Magic Johnson era a little bit, slightly before Jordan's dominant era. But the era where the Lakers were winning championships in the late 80s or whatever, and you could get 5 guys from that era against another 5 guys from another era, who would win? I don't know, man. I'm looking at the players on this era's team, the All-NBA first team, and I don't care what era it is, 80s, 70s, or whatever. There ain't no era of basketball players going to stop this 5. And I mean none. LeBron James, James Harden, Okay, let's back up. Let's dissect this a little bit more. LeBron James, there's no way you can stop him. We all know that. James Harden, outside of Game 7 against the San Antonio Spurs, you can't stop him either. Let's just be honest. I mean, he has no weakness in his game. James Harden, he going to get his. You cannot stop him. Now, defensively, he's a liability. LeBron James, obviously, is a phenomenal defensive player. Russell Westbrook, phenomenal offensive player. You can't stop him either. All you can do is hope to contain him, or whatever they used to say back in the day on with Dan Patrick. All you can do is hope to contain him. So Russell Westbrook, defensively, same thing like Harden. Not the greatest defensive player. I would say he's a better defensive player than Harden. But offensively, those three guys are just unstoppable. Kawhi Leonard, phenomenal defensive player as well. So he's a great player on both ends of the court. He's a guy, 100% hustle guy. Kawhi Leonard and Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is unstoppable. Anthony Davis can shoot the three. He got a good low post game, great skill set. That team is fire as hell. Now, if you put together a team of, I don't know, Isaiah Thomas and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and maybe Magic Johnson at the point guard and, I don't know, Keem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler and all of those guys and Michael Jordan during his era, would they win? I don't know, but it's always interesting to think about. Anthony Davis, James, and Westbrook each got 99 of a possible 100 first-team votes. Leonard was a first-teamer on 96 ballots, second team on 3, and third team on 1. Golden State Steph Curry and Kevin Durant were second-team choices. Listen to that. Steph Curry and Kevin Durant were second-team choices. Wow, that's saying a lot in itself. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Steph Curry and Kevin Durant were on the second team, joined by Milwaukee's Greek Freak, I'm not even going to try to say his name, and Utah's Rudy Gobert, who led the league in blocks this year, and Boston's Isaiah Thomas. That's a nice squad as well. The third All-NBA team includes Chicago's Jimmy Butler, Golden State's Draymond Green, Toronto's DeMar DeRozan, and Washington's John Wall, and the Clippers' DeAndre Jordan. Davis barely held off Gobert for the first-team center spot, finishing with 343 points to Gobert's 339. So real close voting in this year's NBA All first team, second team, and third team All NBA. And there's a little story out there. One noticeable, I guess, slight is Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson didn't make either first, second, or third All-NBA team. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. And this is one of the byproducts of bringing in Kevin Durant. And now Klay Thompson's been a good trooper this year. I mean, he's been a loyal soldier, per se. But it's got to be egging him a little bit. It would egg the hell out of me. It's got to be bothering him a little bit that him and Kevin Durant basically do the same damn things. It's got to be bothering him that Kevin Durant came in and took all his damn shots. It would bother me. It would bother me. It would bother me that Kevin Durant came on this team. We had been building this squad. It's basically been the three amigos, Draymond, Steph, and me, and talking about Klay Thompson. And Kevin Durant comes in, and Kevin Durant takes all of his shots, or a lot of his shots, and Kevin Durant's on second team All-NBA, and Klay Thompson is ass out. So very interesting. Also, one other, I guess, side story in talking about this All-NBA team, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, is Paul George did not make an All-NBA team either. That's right. Which means the Indiana Pacers player, All-Star, will likely be unable to sign an All-Star contract extension this summer. That's right. The vote also had an impact on Utah Jazz's All-Star Gordon Hayward, who did not make an All-NBA team as well. He has the option to be a free agent this summer, but only has 7 years of experience, meaning him eligible for the $200 million deal unless he picked up $16.7 million option for next season. All right. Hayward is now assured to become an unrestricted free agent on July 1st. Listen to this. Had Paul George made one of the 3 teams, first, second, or third team NBA, all NBA, he would have qualified for the new designated player extension. A lot of y'all ain't up on this now. Y'all haven't been paying attention. If he did make one of the 3 NBA first, second, or third teams, he would have qualified for the new designated player extension that is part of the new collective bargaining agreement that starts July 1st. All right? The designation would have allowed the Pacers to offer George the richest contract in NBA history and add up to 5 years and approximately $210 million to his contract. That's about $75 million more than any other team could guarantee. Y'all know what this is, right? And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. We're going to grab some calls here in a second and jump in the chat room on Spreaker.com. Y'all know what this is, right? This is the Kevin Durant rule. This is the Kevin Durant rule. This is to prevent a superstar player from leaving his team to go to another team. Now, theoretically, if he were to qualify for that $210 million, he could do it. But in effect, he or any other player in the same situation would leave about $75 million on the bank. And I know a lot of these players be chasing rings and they want to go and team up with their boy. But even the stupidest Mickey Ficky ain't going to leave $75 million on the table. They're not. Even they're not going to leave $75 million on the table. I actually love it. I love it. You got a decision to make. You got a decision to make. And let me stop right here. Let me say this before I jump into the chat room on Spreaker.com. Whenever we start talking about this, inevitably a lot of y'all will jump out there, oh, Doug hates the fact that these guys, they decide their own futures or whatever. No, I'm not hating on that. All right, this is 2 separate conversations or whatever, okay? I understand free agency. I understand you wanting to be able to go and up and move to another job, per se. Not just the NBA, but another job that makes you happy. I have no problem with that at all. But you have to remember, this is sports. And it's very important that they have parity. It's very important that teams have the ability to be competitive. The sports is a totally different conversation when you talk about the normal 9-to-5 job that most of us have. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. You can't just have LeBron James up and leaving his city to go and play for the Miami Heat where the Cleveland Cavaliers struggle and they're not even competitive for the time that he's gone, and then the Miami Heat instantly overnight become dominant. You can't have a city like Oklahoma City. I keep telling y'all this. You can't have a city like Oklahoma City lose their best player, their franchise player, to go and play for the damn enemy. And have a viable league. You can't. You can't. That totally goes against the whole, scale of competitiveness. You can't do it. And so I'm glad the NBA did this. Phenomenal. And they had always had something like this in place, but it wasn't this much amount of money. Okay? So it was more years. The team that they play for right now can basically add 1 more year of guaranteed money. Now, you may be able to go to another team and make that money up by signing a new deal if you only sign for 4 years and the max amount of money as compared to the original team that you played for with 5 years or whatever. You may be able to make that up, but you may not. Guaranteed money is guaranteed money. Remember, in the NBA, all of the money is guaranteed. So they're putting a huge-ass carrot in front of your face to stay with your team, and I love it. Yeah. You can go play for Golden State if you want, but you're going to leave about $75 million on the table. You can go play for for Miami if you want as a free agent. You're a free agent. You can do whatever the hell you want. But it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. It's $75 million. It's